there. The sun was shining. I think I actually got a little bit of a tan in May.
Nice.
So sometimes you don't get that, right?
Base tan. So is school out now? Where are we sitting at right now?
AG says, let's try hearing him really quickly.
Okay. You there, AG?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Shoot, we have the echo again.
We're back to the echo.
Okay, I'll keep working on it on my end too. Awesome. Okay.
Unless he's got himself on mute right now.
Hello.
Oh, you there?
All right.
Okay, I think we have AG.
Take my number again.
Can you hear me?
This computer.
Hello. We can hear him. I totally agree with you right now. Dave from Renew says no echo now.
Okay, so we have no echo right now, but
is AG not here?
Yeah, I have AG muted right now.
Actually, I golfed twice. Been struggling with my swing a little bit. I think it's the I think a new driver is imminent, so I'm thinking I'm gonna make that happen. I think all the pop is out of the driver, so I'm gonna have to start. Yeah, new golf club. So text line once again. Hit me again with any great golf drivers. And have you heard of the Ping last year's edition, the 450? I don't hear about that one too. That might be my next purchase.
Well, this rain obviously isn't helping the golf game. I mean, you can't get out there. It seems like every time we have a nice day, it's just 3 days of rain.
It was nice this weekend though. So now we got, was it rain today, nice tomorrow, rain on Wednesday. So we shall see how it all plays out. And then again, we got the golf tournament that starts on Thursday, so that could take over a lot of my time too. So we shall see.
Yes, sir. Let's throw it to break really quickly while we just figure out.
We'll get them on patched in and be ready to go. So we'll throw it to break. This is the Drive 93.7 The Ticket.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first.
That sounds like a match made in heaven.
Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
The end of the school year is drawing near, which means graduation parties are coming soon. Are you prepared for that if you're hosting? Fierce Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate graduations and to close out a great school year. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you throw a party without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fierce Cheese Spread. No graduation party is complete without it. MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Community means something different to everyone. But for me, it means cheering on those around you during the good times and helping them out during the tough times. I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I've been blessed with the support of my friends, family, coaches, and community throughout my life. When looking for a bank to call home, it was easy to choose Midwest Bank. I never feel like just another customer, and they're proud to support their communities. They love what they do, and it shows. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
The end of the school year is drawing near, which means graduation parties are coming soon. Are you prepared for that if you're hosting? Fierce Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate graduations and to close out a great school year. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you throw a party without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fierce Cheese Spread. No graduation party is complete without it.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Amon Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday. AG, are you there now? I think we got you now.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, yes. That is what I'm talking about. We are back.
Yeah.
All right, AG, down in Houston, I see. Is the school year over for you now?
Yes, I say from a technical standpoint, yes, my classes are done. All the group projects of esports events went fantastic. The only one group I got to reach out to some of the students that I didn't get a chance to because somehow the tournament started at 4 and ended at 5. I'm like, what? I was like, wait a minute, you had an hour-long tournament? And so it just got to follow up with them to make sure, how many, ask questions, how many spectators, how many competitors, what sponsors did they have, and how was the flow of the event? Did the participants seem like they enjoy it? Did they have a good time? Stuff like that. Were there any feedback, any complaints? So then I can know how to grade out. But for the ones I did attend, which was 4 or 5, or 3 of 5, one I was out of town as well. Then they all went great. The ones I went to, it was a Overcooked tournament that was on Wednesday. That was fun to watch, seeing Overcooked and seeing some of our esports players participated, helped come support. And then on Friday, it was the NBA 2K event that was at the Sports Kinetic that on Complex on West O, had about, I'll say 8 or 9 participants. And that one went over a little bit over an hour and a half. So that was a short one too. It was single elimination. So that's where it made it quick. You go through the rounds pretty fast. And then it was a Super Smash Brothers over at Lincoln High School that I attended. They had Raising Cane's as a sponsor and Insomniac cookies. I'm still eating on chocolate chip cookies right now. So it was know that students were able to organize and plan and reach out to sponsors and get sponsors to donate product for the event was what they learned. Basically learn how to plan, how to communicate to one another. Also drink on the slide drink. It was also to help out donating some cans of their Boost, their Chill, and Dream as well for the Lincoln High students to participate in the Smash Brothers tournament there. So I say good end of the season. Everybody, except for one group, I got to make sure, they checked in with me in terms of getting their grades right. But for 4 of the 5 groups passed with flying colors.
Nice. Very nice. And then you'll be in Houston then until about June then, you're thinking, or?
Yeah, about June. And then I'll be back. We have our second year of esports camp that will be happening on campus at the J School. We're partnering with the 4-H camps. And so it's Big Red Esports Camp. Super excited about that. That's June 9th. What's that? June 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. June 9th through the 14th there. In about a month now. So
very nice. And then also I got a piece of news for you this morning, AG. You're gonna love this one.
Okay.
Are you ready for it?
I'm ready. What's good?
We are 115 days until kickoff of the NFL football season.
Ooh.
It's coming fast.
They announced the first game. It'll be a Thursday night, September 5th. It'll be the Baltimore Ravens versus the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium.
Ooh, of course. Got the Chiefs Super Bowl champions playing. That's the way you want it. You got to open the season that way.
Now, I'll say this. I was talking with Ben, who's one of our other interns here during the early break show, and how many times in the past, I'd say since 2020, have the Chiefs opened the season on Thursday night? Because 2020, the first game back from COVID, they hosted Houston.
Yeah.
Last year they hosted Detroit. This year they're playing again.
So that's top 3.
They're in the Super Bowl a lot.
Yeah. So they get that extra game.
Yep, they get that extra game. And if that's been like a trademark for the NFL, a Super Bowl winning team, they open the first game of the regular season and the first game that's shown on television. So if it's Thursday night, Monday night, or Sunday football as well, either early kickoff or later kickoff, they're usually that first game of the regular season.
Gotcha.
So then I got an even bigger question for you, AG.
What's up?
Will you be at the Packers season opening game?
I've been like when I first heard about it, I'm like, yes, I want to be there. And then I called ahead. I called Packers. I called some contacts, and feedback was so far that, you know, being though it's in was it Sao Paulo or it's in Brazil.
Yep, September 6th.
Yeah, the hotel. I know where the players are staying at. They said the players will not be able to leave the facility. So basically, they're staying on site most of the time, and other than when they go through the stadium and do their walkthrough and stuff like that, because of the area around the stadium and the players' hotel is not the most, I say, conducive to tourists in the area, coming from the area, coming from Wisconsin, or coming to support their Packers and Eagles.
Yeah.
So it's like right now it's just up in the air, you know, more for safety reasons.
Yeah, you're not going. We're keeping you here. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So we might be here just watching the game on the weekend here in Lincoln.
That works.
On the regular season.
Yeah, we're keeping you. I made the decision. Call the Packers today.
Yeah, I might have to, make a smart choice on that one. But I would love to go. Love to go. So.
Yeah, that'll be crazy. Packers Eagles. That'll be a good game too.
Hey, AG, I got to ask: are you making an appearance at any Bears Packers games this year?
I might go up there. We usually, what our usual routine is when Bears play the Packers in Green Bay and in Chicago, we will go to games. So definitely the Green Bay game this year coming up. I know the dates are not set yet.
Yeah, no.
But I know it's obviously it's on the schedule. It's obviously on the schedule because it's a divisional rivalry. Mm-hmm. And now we'll see from the draft and free agency so far for all the teams in the NFC North. It's going to be an interesting. I mean, this is going to probably be the toughest conference in the next 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, we already got Green Bay now, riding fly off of Jordan Love and the way he played his first year. And, of course, the Detroit Lions, who won her conference champions in the first season in a long time. It's going to be interesting. So this next 2 years, because Caleb, I'll say this is the year, his learning moment, regardless of how great of a college player he was. He won the Heisman. He led a good team out there in LA, but now he's going to have that adjustment year. Same thing that Jordan Love went through last year. He's going to go through those good times, bad times, but his confidence level, and he's humble. A lot of people obviously think he's a lot cockier than what he looks like, but I believe he's a really humble guy and understands what he needs to do to get better. And I remember some of his first comments from the draft, some of his first comments, during the whole getting ready for the draft process was like, hey, I'm going to get to know my line. I'm going to get to know my teammates. I'm going to get to know my coaches, their families, stuff like that. So he has his right in the mindset to hear that, knowing he's got to get to know his team players first, because he's coming in. He's going to be the guy. He's the first round draft pick trying to save the franchise. And I believe he doesn't take that weight. He's just looking at it as like, look, man, this is just year one for me. I got to learn a lot. And so I'm going to start with learning my teammates and my coaches first. And learn everything, not just who they are on the football field, but who they are off the field as well. So hearing that puts a good ring as a player, former player. But I say as Packer fans, they're like, man, they don't want to hear that, because he's a guy that's tapped in already. And so it'll take a couple seasons for him to be there, because I know day one he's going to be in there starting. They're not messing around.
Yep, they've anointed him the starter.
Exactly. They get Justin Fields off to Pittsburgh. So yeah, they're saying, hey kid, you're coming in here day one to be the starter.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting next couple of days, because usually leading up to the schedule release this week, they have the leaks of some of the games that they find their way to the media. Or
Yeah.
Adam Schefter's really good at finding it. So it's gonna be fun to see, where they have the Steelers Broncos game, because the Steelers come to Denver this year. So Russell Wilson will already be making his return to his former home. So it'll be a fun week, and then it's just the viewership will be fun to see when they do the schedule release, how that compares up to like the NBA basketball playoffs. I always like just the craziness of the NFL. It's wild.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, the excitement. It's going to be excitement. For sure.
You only have so many games, right? And I feel like there's higher stakes in some of these. Like you mentioned, Russell Wilson going back to Denver, Caleb Williams making his debut. It's all these rookies, because in the NBA, right, you have 82 games. You're going to see the star rookies, the big trade players. They're going to play plenty of games. You only have 17 times to see them in the regular season, and then maybe a few more if they even make a run in the playoffs, right? So that's what makes football so special, is that I think that it doesn't last super long, and every week there's so much invested into just one game. And so I think that's where you get the higher viewership.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, 100%. So the announcement will be on Wednesday, May 15th.
Yep.
Of all 32 teams. And I just watched some on ESPN last night, and how they actually enter. Like, it's just amazing how the social media team is like on the forefront of all 32 NFL teams now, right? So basically, if you have some kids in building of all 32 in your social media department, you got a coordinator, you got somebody who's planning out the posts, the hashtags, and then even going Hollywood, where they doing full-on productions just for the schedule release.
Yep.
It shows you what you both mentioned about the viewership and the excitement behind 17 games in the regular season. And I think obviously seeing that, to me, it's like ha funny, but it's like, wow.
Yeah.
That's an interesting stat, where it's like in the off season, we're trying to find some excitement, and here we are. We got excitement for the schedule release. We get to see the matchups. Everybody start planning trips. You get airlines, probably phones are logged up. Just fans are trying to book tickets to Green Bay or to Chicago or LA for their hotels and all that. So it's gonna, for the travel industry, it kicks up another notch as well, I would say.
Yeah, I think too that they actually win. I'm just typing it up now, but I think that the video departments, they get like Emmy awards. I don't know if it's the Emmy, but they get awards for making these scheduled videos.
Oh yeah,
100%.
I mean, it is crazy. And they even when the Broncos came out, that's one on my forefront just from the video. But the Broncos did the video of Patrick Surtain going from the 2020 or 2020s back to the 70s. And it'll be cool just to see all 32 teams and what kind of videos and what kind of ideas they come up with, because I'll tell you what, there have been some funny ones over the last, 3, 4, 5 years that you're like, oh, that's a good one. So,
cool. Like they did an anime. I think it was a Chargers. They did an anime one. That was awesome. I was like, wow, that's good quality work right there, guys.
Yeah, but nothing compares to the Broncos though. When you have, they always find a way to bring in the Sheriff Peyton Manning because he was kind of the one that kind of sparked it a little bit when he did the Office type one a couple years back, and then they brought him back the last couple of years. Yeah. But it's always Peyton Manning.
Yeah, Peyton got some chops. Him and his brother Eli, a little unknown secret for Peyton. He took acting classes when he was in 8th and 9th grade. His dad put him in acting classes in middle school, or right before during high school, and obviously it's working out.
Yeah.
As a parent, Archie was like, you know what? Because you got to think, quarterbacks got to put on the show, not just what they're doing after career, but during on the field, right? His audibles, people got to believe they're changing the play, and obviously some of them calls were fake, they were dummy calls. So there you go.
Yep. So I got to ask you too. We were talking about this in the spillover about this quarterback. He was in the 8th grade, and he's a prodigy. He's just got a cannon for an arm. Just a really good quarterback. Won a state championship in Alabama. When was the first time that you started hearing from college coaches?
Ooh, okay. It was after my last track meet of my junior year at Central. I remember the next day I got a phone call from whoever is coaching. I can't remember who was coaching at Georgia that year, but the head coach from Georgia called me the next morning. I think it was either Sunday or Saturday morning. I got the phone call, and he's like, got a country accent. Hey, Amon, you're a fantastic player, great student as well. How about you want to come to the SEC and play football down here for these Bulldogs? I'm like, you know what, coach? That's a possibility. I knew that Herschel Walker played there. I was a sports fan, so I knew that. So it was like, well, just let's talk a little bit more, and then I could, and maybe add you to the schedule of trips, because I think we already had 5 visits, so I had to narrow down my visits. But no, it was cool. It was the first coach was from Georgia, and then I remember getting a handwritten letter from Bill Walsh when he was at Stanford.
That's cool.
4-page handwritten in pencil.
That's good. Do you still have that?
I've been looking for it for the last 20 years, because I know it's somewhere. I have so many boxes of stuff, because I was just like my mom. I would keep everything, articles, stuff like that from when I was in high school. She kept a lot, and then it carried over to my storage. So hopefully I could find it. And when I do, I'll bring it on the show for sure. That was special.
That's cool.
Knowing his background, I was a 49ers fan growing up as a kid too, and knowing what he had started out there in San Francisco. But obviously, once he was done with the NFL, he went to college one more time in 95 or 94, 93, somewhere in there. And to send that letter to me, handwritten in pencil, both me and my dad were like, I was like, Dad, we got to frame this. We got to put this up. We got to put this up.
That is cool. Man, I'm thinking like eBay right now, just what the minimum bid for something like that would be. I always think eBay. I'm like, I wonder what the minimum bid for that would be. I mean, just crazy.
Right. I mean, a lot. Just put a lot. It's going to be a lot, Being Bill Walsh, he's passed away now, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And he was a fantastic NFL coach and a pretty darn good college football coach. So he had a video game named after him, Bill Walsh College Football, by the way, on Sega Genesis.
I mean, he's pretty much the godfather of the West Coast offense. I know like Paul Brown gets some talk in that, but for the most part, Bill Walsh is the one that took it from him and then just turned it into what it is today. I mean, it seems like almost every team runs some sort of the version of the West Coast offense. I mean, like the Kyle Shanahans of the world and stuff like that is stuff that he took from Mike Shanahan. Mike Shanahan worked for the 49ers, Bill Walsh, West Coast. So, I mean, Bill Walsh is pretty much
very prevalent in today's game, both, college and NFL.
So, that makes me wonder too, who is the greatest coach in the NFL?
Ooh, you're asking some heavy hitting questions.
I know. I keep on thinking.
He's come out swinging.
I'm like my mind is rolling.
Well, I mean, obviously we go off of Super Bowl wins, right? We got my man, Mr. Belichick. But then you have names like Bill Walsh, Vince Lombardi, whose name is on the trophy.
Don Shula.
Don Shula. And for Packer fans, obviously, because when you have your name on the trophy, and I believe 13 championships, and obviously those championships were
so biased, AG.
They were before it was called the Super Bowl, but they count those. Trust me, Packer fans, you can't. You get into a fist fight with a Packer fan over that. Okay, just so you know. So you gotta walk lightly, tread lightly in this conversation with Packer fans trying to say that, like Bill Walsh or what was the coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers? They had
Chuck
4 in a row. Yeah, no, in the 70s. For that, every year, every decade has its teams.
I mean,
everybody we see that a lot.
Because you always have like that LeBron Michael debate, but now you think
that's not a debate in my book either. So
it's all Michael. It's all Michael. It's MJ forever. But
keep it moving.
But still, you have that.
Wait, is AG a LeBron guy?
Oh,
no, he's a Michael guy.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Oh, when he said keep it going, I did.
Michael Jordan.
Hey, I'm with you. I'm with all you guys.
I'm
with
MJ.
you guys.
Okay. Yeah, I was like,
you're a Chicago kid. You got to be MJ.
Well, I think
you have to be.
I think you form your own bias too, because I don't like to base it off of that. I think there's genuinely, signs, but that's for another day.
But that is so wild though, because you have Lombardi, you have Noel,
and then
Shula only undefeated season, And then now, does Andy Reid? I mean, he's got to be starting to lurk a little bit, knocking on that
He's
door.
lurking.
If he wins another one,
if he wins another one, he's in that conversation. But right now, he's lurking. Thunder Night Collins says, "Whatever. How about don't forget Jimmy Johnson with the Cowboys, right?
He's got 2 of them.
George Halas won a lot of NFL championships.
Yeah.
It's kind of around that same time as Lombardi.
I'd give Jimmy 3 though, because Barry Switzer knows he doesn't get that if Jimmy doesn't create the team that he took over when he left, because him and Jimmy Johnson had enough of Jerry. It was like, I'm out. I didn't like you in college. I don't like you now. I'm going to Miami. So.
See, that's why Barry Switzer is the smartest guy in the game right there, because he knew he had a Super
Facts.
Bowl, got in,
I would have took that though too. I'm like, you want me to take the Cowboys? Let me check their rosters. We got Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin. Emmitt Smith. Oh yeah, I'm good. I'll take it.
I still remember when all that happened, because Barry had been out of the coaching game for a little while after Oklahoma, and they're like, we're naming Barry Switzer head coach, and everybody's like, Barry Switzer, he coaches the wishbone at Oklahoma. He's not a pro style coach, but Barry knew he had
he was a businessman though. Coaches, some of these coaches, they understand that they have that business acumen. So coming to that, carrying that team that was gone, that's left by Jimmy Johnson, he already, like I said, he looked at the rosters. Sorry about that. Looked at the rosters and was not a hard decision.
No, not at all.
And then the guys on defense, Darren Woodson, name some of the D linemen. I'm trying to think some of the D linemen, but still, Darren Woodson, he was a Hall of Famer.
He had prime
time. At ASU, was a big safety, can run and cover ground too, and so it was a hard hitter. So having that defense, Bill Bates, I remember Bill Bates on that defense, and then Dion. By the time I got in the league, he played for them. And I know maybe 97, 98.
I think he was there. I think he was there when Barry was there, actually. So I think, he was. They did that.
Dion was on the
They
squad.
did the commercial or whatever. So the Nike commercial with him and Barry and Jerry Jones. I remember that one.
Yeah. So we got unknown texter says you're going to put Papa Bear Halas in that conversation too from the Bears.
Yeah, I threw his name in there.
Yeah,
you got to. Yep. You have to. So this is this is a conversation that will go on for hours.
Yeah, and then Belichick's sitting there going, "Well, I got 6 of them, so it's wild."
That's what I said. Yeah, so it's a fun conversation.
You know, a guy
could probably create a show for this by itself. Period.
Yeah, another guy. I'm throwing it out there right now. John Madden.
Yeah.
Yes.
Highest winning percentage in the history of the NFL.
He knew something about football.
Yeah, he could coach.
Good saying. He could coach.
Well, all right. Well, let's throw it a break right now. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll be right back with some history. There better be some Dig Dug history today, AG.
I'm trying to find some, right?
All right. Thanks, brother. We'll throw it a break. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
The end of the school year is drawing near, which means graduation parties are coming soon. Are you prepared for that if you're hosting? Fierce Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate graduations and to close out a great school year. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you throw a party without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fierce Cheese Spread. No graduation party is complete without it.
Hey Husker fans, whether you're looking for some baseball gear, graduation gifts, or some new Husker apparel, Alumni Hall delivers your ultimate Husker shopping destination. Shop top brands like Adidas, Peter Millar, Columbia Golf, and more. Join the Alumni Hall Hall Pass rewards, and for every $150 you spend, you'll earn $10 in reward bucks. Nebraska students and faculty and all military receive 10% off with every in-store purchase with ID. Come see us at Alumni Hall, P Street, South Point Pavilions, or alumnihall.com. Alumni Hall, it's where Huskers shop. Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Community means something different to everyone. But for me, it means cheering on those around you during the good times and helping them out during the tough times. I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I've been blessed with the support of my friends, family, coaches, and community throughout my life. When looking for a bank to call home, it was easy to choose Midwest Bank. I never feel like just another customer, and they're proud to support their communities. They love what they do, and it shows. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Spring in Nebraska brings green grass and warmer weather, but it also brings severe storms which can cause damage to your home. Meadowlark Exterior specializes in hail, storm, and wind damage restoration, as well as roofing, siding, and gutters for commercial or residential buildings. Meadowlark Exteriors focuses on fine craftsmanship and proves that in their attention to detail. They offer free roof inspections and estimates and insurance claim assistance, serving the Lincoln and Omaha surrounding areas. Call today at 402-875-2956 or go to meadowlarkexteriors.com.
The Nebraska Neurosurgery Group, led by Dr. Daniel Tomes and Dr. Benjamin Bixeman, is committed to providing the best care for all of your neurosurgery needs, like minimally invasive spine procedures, peripheral nerve release, brain surgery, including tumor removal and brain injury management, and more. The Nebraska Neurosurgery Group has outreach clinics throughout Nebraska and northern Kansas. Schedule your appointment with the region's top neurosurgeons at 402-904-4729. At the Nebraska Neurosurgery Group in Lincoln on South 27th Street. Or check out the website, nebraskaneurosurgery.net, for a full list of services and outreach clinics.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Jake Buckman back with you in studio here on 93.7 The Ticket. We will send it out to Warner Park for an elimination game between Elkhorn South and Bellevue West. Nick Stainert out there on the call as long as weather permits. A bit of a rainy couple days here in Nebraska. But real quick, I wanted just to give an update, a sports update, if you will, before we get into the game. Just a couple interesting things going on in the landscape of Husker football. Most importantly, I suppose, or the most recent, was the announcement of the Nebraska-Colorado kickoff for September 7th. Will be at 6:30 on NBC. I love people that love kickoff times and TV network information. I'm not sure if it's for every college football fan, but it is important. It is a good spot for Nebraska in Colorado to draw eyes. Obviously, plenty of storylines going into that game for Nebraska fans and Colorado fans, but to get a national network, a national highlighting spot for the television schedule is fantastic. For Nebraska, by the way, in Memorial Stadium, of course, NBC jumping back into college football at large this past year, has signed a deal with the Big Ten to broadcast many of their games for years down the line. But it's been a while since Nebraska had an NBC game in Memorial Stadium. In fact, you have to go back to 1965. That's quite a quite a long ways for NBC to be broadcasting inside Memorial Stadium, but they will be doing it again and again. That will be excellent for Nebraska's coverage. Also, just quickly, if you're kind of thinking about where Nebraska stands going into that game, going into the season, Circa Sports released their prediction for Nebraska, which obviously they want you to bet over or under for. They have it at 7.5 for Nebraska, and you gotta wonder: are they counting that Colorado as a win or a loss, or maybe that's the half? Maybe that's the one up for you to decide. So good stuff there for Nebraska football, getting a great prime time slot. Over the weekend, if you missed it, TJ Lateef, a 4-star quarterback out of Orange, California, commits to Nebraska. Very obviously impressive what Matt Rule has been able to do in this quarterback room with 2-star freshmen, especially Dylan Raiola, of course, at the top of that, to get another 4-star quarterback in the next class, especially this early. You figured maybe if with that type of young depth on the roster, it might have to be a late addition or maybe somebody swinging up. But TJ Lateef, I mean, he's a top 15 type of quarterback nationally. We'll see. I mean, the guys in front of him that are on campus this year, Elite 11 type guys. I know Lateef shined pretty well at an Elite 11 camp out there in California. So we'll see if he quite makes that cut. But he's kind of in that category. So we will see big deal for Nebraska to get the quarterback of their class. One other note before I send it again out for our elimination game at Warner Park between Elkhorn South and Bellevue West. Former Husker and former 93.7 The Ticket helper out, or I suppose employee Chief Borders goes to Pat Narduzzi and to Pitt. He ended up there. I know he took a visit out to UCLA, or there was a connection out to UCLA. Ends up going with Pitt and Pat Narduzzi, who was a heck of a defensive coordinator years and years ago at Michigan State, and has done a pretty good job out there with Pittsburgh. Most recently, the last couple of years, if you remember, Nebraska taking Mark Whipple away from Pittsburgh to try out their offense a couple of years ago. That was coming off their Sugar Bowl run, ACC championship with Kenny Pickett, Jordan Addison, and all those guys. So a good landing spot for ex-Husker Chief Borders. All right, let's take a quick break. We will send it out to Nick for the elimination game between Elkhorn South and Bellevue West right after this quick break.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream